3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to episode 107 of Ruse Radio. We are back at it again with a very special guest. Please introduce yourself.
I'm actually really quite impressed. My name is Rachel Thomashow. That is, I would say my legal name, but now I don't know if I want that sentence to go on the internet. Everything's controlled by AI. But no, I'm a...
Throw out your zip code and your social security number while you're at it.
And bleep that. No, I been doing comedy for a year in the Chicagoland area, and it's been a blast.
A year. So what got you into that a year ago? What propelled you into such a thing?
So, ready for a depressing episode?
Oh, you know what's funny is it seems like a lot of the time it's like some depressing story that starts a comedy.
Really? Is that what you've... I like that. I think it comes with heart. Mine isn't like the worst one in the world. It's just my brother liked it a lot and he died, and this is how I miss him. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
But did he do comedy or did he just listen to it?
He just listened, but he was like shy. He like was so artsy but never wanted to be famous.
Uh-huh.
Like he really liked Orville Peck because one, Orville Peck, amazing. Two, because like they would cover their face. Kiss, because they would cover their face. You know? Where you're like, I just want to share my art.
Interesting. And then you just start performing comedy right when all that happens? Like you just start going on stage. Was it open mics and all that, like the usual thing? You just start going to open mics?
Yeah. My brother died. I don't remember when I became human again. And then the moment I became human again, I went to an open mic at Will's Northwood Inn.
Okay.
I went to Three Dead Moose.
Okay.
By like Joe Fernandez. I even have a Joe Fernandez shirt. I'm like low-key his biggest fan without stalking him. No, he's a really nice guy.
We're getting to stalking. Maybe one day.
I'm sorry, Joe. You're just not cute enough to stalk. It's okay. I'm not either.
That's a backhanded compliment right there if I've ever heard it.
I absolutely adore you in every way.
But anyway, so you perform these two places. Okay, and then we start...
That's like the full name of the open mic. It's
Oh!
It's at Will's Northwoods Inn, like the bar in like Lakeview. And the open mic is called Three Dead Moose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how'd that go?
Honestly, I think I like... At the start, like everyone else does, was just devastated, so I was getting drunk and high a lot. And then... like, I did get some pops, and then I was like, oh, this works a lot, or this works a lot. And then I got punny with it, and now I'm just having a blast. I love my punny jokes the most. I need to come up with more. Concept. You know who actually owns parking in Chicago? Because it's not America. It is...
Oh, that's a concept. We don't have the pun yet? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the concept. We don't have the pun
tell me
yet.
it again. Tell me it again.
Okay.
I was waiting for the punch. I thought there was something there.
Parking in Chicago isn't owned by the state of Illinois, let alone the United States of America.
Oh. And so you just fill in the blank at the end?
And it's owned by... I don't know who, it's owned by China. And then like, that's really, and then like a pun off of that. Yeah, it's hard.
I'm trying to understand this format. Because I know you have jokes in this format, because I heard you do them.
My jokes in this format is just very simple of like, I'm celibate, selling a bit of pussy.
Okay.
I am a pacifist. I'll pass my fist through your face. Parking in Chicago sucks because it's owned by the Chinese. Now I can't park with ease. Okay, that's just a rhyme now.
Yeah, I can't park with these. You're starting to write rap songs now.
I'm down. I'm down to go on a track with you. I really, really want to.
Yo, you spit some bars?
We can totally spit some bars with like a beat, and I like really just wanted to do this, and like Just come up with like a tragic rap of just loss.
Okay.
If you're like,
Is this a concept that's been in your brain, is what you're saying? Like you've already wanted to do that? Or is that like...
with you specifically, like,
wow.
yeah.
Look at that.
For like a week.
I'm inspiring the people. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, okay. I see what you're saying. So, okay. I'm like, the gears are turning in my brain now. I'm trying to think because like, are you saying you're going to be rapping on the song? Or are you saying like you're going to do like a poetry rap? Like are we going in? Like what are we doing here? What's your vision?
I want to go slow and speed up and see how fast I can get.
Okay.
And then like pace from there.
Yo, that's a pretty good goal. You're trying to be a rapper right now.
No, maybe. I just love the arts, you know? I mean, in some ways and not in other. Like, I can't sing and I can't dance, but I do love the spotlight.
Yeah. I like doing different things. My problem is I can't, if I were to do everything, I wouldn't be able to control myself. Like before, I used to have a camera and I would take pictures all the time, and I really like taking pictures. And I'm trying to think I should probably do that again because I really like, some things will happen in life and then you realize like, holy shit, those pictures, like you don't realize what the pictures are when you're taking them. You never really do. And then you go back and you look at all these pictures you took, even if it's just you and you're just taking these pictures. And you're like, oh my God, like I'm so thankful I grabbed all those memories while they were there. But like at some point in life, I just stopped doing that. And really, I take the pictures for that art aspect of it. I really, really, really like to... Like, I've always thought, like, I could direct movies if I really wanted. Like, if I really wanted to apply my creative mind and just do that, I could probably do that. Because I love movies. And I love movies because they're amazing as an artistic piece of creation. Like, every single thing, like music, art. I think comedy is a great thing to look at and observe as an art form rather than, like, as just a thing that people do. It's an art form in itself, too. Like, they're all different arts. I've never really been able to get into musicals. That's probably the one art I really can't do.
I'm watching Wicked tomorrow. I'm so excited. I don't love a musical. I'm not a musical girly normally, but like they've been working on it for 3 years. There's been all this like insider tea drama of like Ariana Grande and the guy who played SpongeBob in the musical and like how he kind of looks like her brother too, which is
It's the guy who played SpongeBob?
Yeah, in the musical.
Oh, really? In the movie though, not in the show.
In the musical.
In the musical, in the original.
The original musical.
Is it Tom Kenny? Isn't that his name? I swear the guy who does SpongeBob is Tom Kenny.
Yeah, no, not the guy who actually is the voice of SpongeBob.
Oh, okay. I don't know any of this drama. I've not been following the Wicked drama at all. You're actually informing me right now.
Yeah, so Ethan Slater.
Okay.
And it was tea a year ago, and now it's just crazy that they like started this project in 2020 and it took them this long to make, and they have 2 parts. Like, what did they add to it? They just went really theatrical. They were like, here's my heart. And that's why you see like Ariana Grande and Cynthia, I don't remember her last name, literally cry in every single thing. And also Cynthia, the co-host, is on. If she gets a Tony from this, she has an EGOT.
Which is
when you have an Emmy, Tony, Oscar, Grammy. I said that in the wrong order.
And Tonys are the music ones, right?
Yeah, and Tony.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So it's like also history. She's like,
oh, okay. So
it's
this
pop
movie...
culture history. It's like if you were at a bar and you didn't get this pop culture history, you should stop playing trivia. Like,
oh, is it that big of a deal? See, I wouldn't even know. I don't know anything about this Wicked thing.
It's okay.
Right?
What's your best category in trivia?
Oh, Breaking Bad, 100%. If I was at a Breaking Bad trivia thing, I would fucking kick ass.
I feel the same way with Bob's Burgers, if we're just specifically going shows.
I mean, I can't even explain how well I know Breaking Bad. It's like engraved into my brain.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My other one is just animal facts.
Oh yeah. See, some people have like they're autistic in those ways, right?
Yeah.
They have their own thing.
The way I'm autistic, I am actually neurodivergent, but the way it shows is how much I like soft things.
Yeah.
Just adore soft things.
That's always nice. I mean,
Yeah.
like, how could you not like soft things? But you like it a lot.
I like them a lot. I heard someone, though, tell me one time that when they hear something like your skin against something soft, it makes a squeak. Now that I kind of hear it, I'm very mad. I'm very mad. I think I just hear it high. No, it has to be like...
That's probably because you're channeling into it. It's probably
It
always
has
there.
to be like something like this.
What, that sound?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not so bad. Here, I'm going to do it right up against the mic. Maybe.
Yeah, I would be excited to hear that later.
There. They had to hear that.
Yeah.
I'll try to crank it up in
It's like
post-production.
an electric. It's like an we use that as the beat.
Yeah, right.
It's like an electricity like sound where you like rub two soft things against each other.
And what is it about the sound that bothers you?
I can hear the static electricity.
I mean, I kind of find it to be a satisfying sound, not even gonna lie.
Sometimes I find like cracking your neck is satisfying sound, and I just like.
Oh, that was a good one. It is a satisfying sound.
Yeah.
I think so.
But like if you talk to old people, they hate it because.
What? You just saw live Ruse get his mind blown. He had no idea the old people felt that way, and it blew his mind. He didn't know how to feel about it, so much so that he made himself a noise. And sometimes people make out little noises. They let out little sounds to let you know, oh my gosh, I just made you feel some type of way. I just blew your mind, and that's such a satisfying feeling. I feel that feeling a lot as a professional mind blower. I blow minds all the time. I make people go, what? And if you want to do that, you want to let people know that you do that, actually, because you're already doing it. Let's be honest. You're already a professional mind blower. Let's not lie to the people. If you want to let them know, $25 for a t-shirt, folks. Professional Mind Blower shirts out now. Great way to support the show and super awesome little conversation starter. Fun little shirt to have. It's a good thing to put into your life, okay? How could it possibly go wrong? And I would appreciate it. We got smalls, mediums, and larges. We can make a different size if you need one. It's the newest merch that we've got for the show. It's the show merch. And also, again, just an awesome shirt. Just an awesome shirt. If you want to support the show in a different way, you don't want to buy a shirt, but you do want to support us, the Patreon, folks. $5 a month, the cost of a coffee, the cost of a beer at the bar. Just one of those. You might do a couple of those a month. You got to do this one time a month, $5. And what it does is it makes this show possible. It gives me incentive. It lets me know there's people backing us. And maybe one of these days I can just quit my day job and just spend all my time talking to cameras. That's what I'm trying to do here. So please, folks, help me do that. Let's make that happen. The Patreon is the easiest way to do so. You get exclusive content on there, all kinds of stuff to find, all sorts of beautiful bounties for you to stumble upon. Now, let's hear more about why old people hate cracking bones.
Because it reminds them of how much it hurts when they pop it. Their bones are weak. No, honestly, realistic take, dropping knowledge. Your bone density stops increasing at age 30.
Oh, hell no.
Then it just decreases. So, like, at least I have 4 more years.
Yeah, 4 more good years, and then it's all over.
You know what? With the depression, we're gonna no.
Yeah, you know what? It might be the perfect time.
Years. I don't. Let's not get political here.
That would be like the worst outcome. Is like 4 years later, and then like everything's downhill from there. Who really knows? You got bone density. You got a million things to worry about in life. You're telling me when I'm 30, everything's over for bone density? I thought if I like work out forever, I could be like those old people that like are super duper young. And
if you worked out forever, starting now, you drank your vitamin. I know this shit, and I do none of it. Just like a disclaimer, I literally study nutrition, so I'm not a dietitian because like I look like this. I have no self-control, but I do know how to do it. I just need someone to remind me to / force me. That's
you need
not
like
me.
you need like a personal trainer that just bothers you 24/7. Is that thing going down on you?
Yeah.
I think if it's like
I was playing with it, to be fair.
it does that though. I think if I have it more angled like that, then
All right, I won't touch no
oh,
more.
you can move it, but like if,
No more.
Do hey, you do you. You do
Yeah.
you. We're trying to make it a comfortable place here at Ruse Radio. It's because like if you've been following the show, you saw episodes ago when we first introduced this thing. I had no idea what I was doing. I think when I had James Najar on here, is it Najar? Najar? I think it's Najar.
It's Najar.
Najar. So I had Mr. Najar on here. And oh man, it was a catastrophe. It was going all right, but it was a catastrophe.
It's like you're emulating him now with like Brooklyn. It's a catastrophe, you know.
It was a catastrophe, bro. And then I realized this thing, you have to have it pointing up. We have to have it pointing up. And I think what just happened just now is it was pointing a little bit too far down. I think so.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
for sure.
I'm a learning experience.
Life is a learning experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to help this show not have to have me struggle so much? You go to that Patreon, folks. This is where I beg them for money. This is
nice.
the part where I beg them.
I'll show feet.
Yeah, we'll do all kinds of things on the Patreon. You just heard her promise. You heard her say it.
I'll show feet, but like at a like 5% rate.
I used to have a thing on TikTok Live where I would like go on TikTok Live and they would say, "Show me your feet," and so I would like do that as a joke. I would be like, "I don't want to show you my feet. I don't want to show you my feet." And then like 5 minutes in, I'm like, "All right, if you guys really want it." And then
Give me a rose first.
beg. That's the moment to beg right there.
Yeah. So I've been adding people on Snapchat, just like there's quick ads sometimes, and I don't know how it happens, and some people quick ad me. And once in a while, I like actually think I know the person through comedy or like know the name or whatever, so I add them back.
Okay.
And I get a lot of the message of like, "Show me your feet." So every time I'm like, "Give me $20," they go, "Bruh," I'm like, "I get it. We're in a recession. Give me $5."
I feel like.
And if they don't, I block them.
Do they ever give you $5? Does it ever really happen?
No.
Man, because I can.
Ooh, this is how I got blocked off of Tinder. This is a story.
Okay.
Because it was around the time where they were like clocking people. And this is how I know I'm not that pretty. Another thing of how I just know I'm just not that pretty. So I have to make up in personality. It's not weight. It's just growing up with boys and having boy energy.
You think so? You think it's the boy energy?
I think it's just the boy energy.
You think it comes through? Because on Tinder, we're talking like it's just photos. You think that comes through in pictures? Like
probably not. But that's not the point. But thank you for reminding me what I
hey,
started.
I'm just thinking, all right? I'm just using my brain here. Because I was thinking Tinder.
I had a lot of friends who were like, I had a friend who, I mean, I would fuck her. We don't talk anymore because she's crazy, but like, don't you love and want to just fuck the crazy chicks?
Well, that's natural. I feel like that's got to be like one of those things you can't help in life. Like you gotta.
Time.
I don't even know how to describe that. I think it's like like some things you feel, but you don't even know how to articulate. I think that's one of those things where a lot of people like when you say that they realize like, oh my god, I do just want to fuck crazy chicks. Yeah. I think that's a real thing because it's like you're thinking like, well, and it's like sometimes people have babies with those crazy chicks and then they spend the rest of their lives with those crazy chicks.
So I wouldn't have that problem.
That happens. That happens.
But that happens.
You know, that's kind of a blessing in some ways. You could end up with some crazy guy. There's crazy in all kinds of spectrums.
I would never go for a crazy guy.
You never know, though.
It depends on it has to be like, for a guy to be crazy.
Yeah.
And for me to fall with them, they would have to be like self-deprecating.
Oh, so you
in the way of like, no, you're great. Like, let me grow you. Like, you could be a full human. It's okay. But for a girl, it's like ravenous. It's ravenous of like, I'm not gonna fix you. Back to like the Tinder thing is, she was so pretty where like, she like had big tits and like liked to video game and she had that form of autism.
Yeah.
And so like it's hot to a lot of people. So she had a OnlyFans and like did it and like made money and whatever. And like I knew girls at the time where I was asking this question, they like had OnlyFans or put their Venmo on their Instagram. And I was like, let me check if I'm that pretty. Like, let me check. And I did it. I didn't even do it. A guy liked me. He was like, I would do anything for Ginger. And I was like, give me $70. He was like, block. Then again, I was pretty enough in my 20s to make $300. So
I mean, isn't it kind of a goal to just have people pay you to be pretty?
Yeah.
I think that'd be so nice. I want that. I want that.
Do you want to be gym partners? Because that's the way you get to it.
You think so?
That's really it. Like, unfortunately, like, in our society today, like, I would only be cute if I lost 60 pounds. It was like in the correct BMI range, and you would only be hot if you like gained 60 pounds and were in the correct BMI range.
I'm technically too skinny. I'm like my body type. I feel like it's my body type.
It is your body type, and like this is mine. Like a little bit not where like if I just held myself accountable.
I think that too sometimes with me. Like maybe if I actually ate differently.
But like
if I just
I've always been above the BMI. Well,
yeah.
It's definitely eat differently for me. I definitely need to, and calorie count. But eating's a lot of work.
Yeah, well, you mean like tracking your eating?
Tracking your eating and eating like correctly is a lot of mental fortitude.
Yeah, and I feel like it's also like a thing that I think about it. Like if I had like infinite money, it'd probably be a lot easier.
No, for sure. If I had infinite money, I would be a boxing and Pilates girly. And I would go to those classes like 4 or 5 times a week, and I would live my life happily, and I would be fit. But the coaches in boxing say, like, you can't be fit at home. You just have to be able to do like 3 minutes of jump rope and 3 minutes of jumping jacks in a row. And I'm like, okay. We're never doing that. We're never doing that.
I mean, I feel like that's not even true technically. Like I think like
it is true. When's the last time you jump roped?
Okay, jump rope maybe. Because jump rope's a full body workout.
Yeah, like you do it 20 seconds lasts so long. It's like one of those things where like for every guy I've ever been with, I'm so sorry if I made fun of you. Because like 30 seconds is a really long time on jump rope.
It's not fair. Jump rope is like damn,
same thing with
son.
jumping jacks. Yeah. Though, like, seriously, if you want a good workout at home and you do it every day and you hold yourself accountable, it should be 30-30. And I have all this knowledge, and I just don't do anything.
I think the first step is often the hardest thing. And then, like, you know, people who even, like, go to the gym all the time, I don't even think it's easy for them to go to the gym.
No, it's not. It's consistency. It's consistency.
Because I'm supposed to be going. I was supposed to go today, and the excuse I had was that it's Saturday, so the bus that runs right next to my apartment's not there, and the other bus is over there, and it's cold out, so I'd have to walk in the cold.
Yeah.
But I could have just went. I could have just done it.
So mine isn't like that far from me, so that's great. My issue right now is I'm in this space of like kind of having a job and finding a job.
Yeah.
I'm like in the middle, and I don't know, because what if something gives me the opportunity to move and like pays for it, you know?
Like what?
The job itself would be like food safety manager, quality assurance, but also I think I'm just speaking too much on something I shouldn't be speaking about right now.
But you just wouldn't really know. That's the problem in life, is you never really know how things would play out like that. Yeah.
So skip that part. But what I was saying is like there have been a couple companies like Michigan, Pittsburgh, somewhere in Florida. Like it would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, that's how I ended up here. Is I was in Michigan for a while, and then I just felt like there was something in my soul telling me that I needed to move here for a little while. Like something I just knew in my heart. Like because I would visit Chicago, and I've never really been to any other major cities, so maybe I'd feel that way about another major city.
Was it your first major city you've ever been to?
Not technically, but like when I was 10 or 12.
Where you could like remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I came here around like I'm trying to think of how long it was the first time I came here, because my mom said, hey, do you want to go to Chicago for a weekend or something? And then I visited, and then I was like, oh my God, it was like literally like the story where it's like you're just walking through the city. It's like the movie Enchanted when she ends up in New York and she loved New York. That's kind of what it felt like. I felt like a little girl, you know, a little kid in a candy shop.
So you might like Wicked.
Exactly. Wicked might be my thing is the point. But that was what it was. And so I feel like if you feel that way somewhere in your soul, you might be right. For some people, that's just what you're supposed to do, is just go somewhere else and experience something else.
That's the thing, is I've been wanting to do that for a while. And I've been saying that for a while. It's just like a thing. I love Chicago. I just grew up in the state.
So you weren't born in the city then? You were born nearby?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been thinking Pittsburgh for a while. Don't know why.
Yeah. What, you don't know why at all? There's no particular thing calling you there?
I think there's nothing like calling me there. Like, I would love to visit before, like, I would love to shop in like all the places I would like to visit before like moving. I think we all would, but like paying for travel for like just like frivolous travel adds up so fast.
Yeah. Is it just public transit, or are you talking like stuff like Uber and like Lyft and stuff like that? What do you mean? Like, just because I usually I don't have a car. I guess if you had a car, do you have a car?
I do have a car.
So there it is. Because you travel anywhere around here, and it's like, are you talking about the little fees that you pay when you travel? What do you mean frivolous travel? What do you mean? I feel like I'm misunderstanding.
I was just saying, like, when you want to move somewhere,
you
want to visit it
like when you're frivolous travel, like when I go to the grocery store and I have to pay for parking in Chicago.
That's not frivolous. That's a necessity, unfortunately. No, you never have to pay for parking in the grocery stores. They always have free parking.
I've never owned a car here.
That's valid. My car is gonna die soon. I feel it in my heart. But
you think so?
Yeah.
You know so. Sounds like you know so.
Yeah, she's 2014.
That's not.
She's getting to 10.
Now, what's going on with her? She might have some hope left in her. I mean,
she has hope left in her, but like then it's like whatever. And then my dad was like, "You should take me off on my offer." Okay. Not getting into that either. Don't want to go in there. That is not podcast talk.
Yeah. Well, I feel your pain though. I feel your pain. Maybe like, you move somewhere, you got to drive everywhere. Here, at least you have options. Because like, that's the difference between here and Pennsylvania.
This is true. And I love Chicago. Don't get me wrong. I can see myself here for like another 5-10 years. But like, because I'm in this like situation where like, I'm still interviewing and stuff.
Uh-huh.
My first question, because I'm already kind of comfortable, is, will you pay for my relocation? Because now I'm like, I'll move, but like not on my own dime. Like, I just want to be comfortable in my decisions.
And what, I mean,
is that the most Jewish thing you've ever heard?
I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of like the hustle in it. See, I don't even have like the nerve to ask such a thing. That's what I mean. Like, I couldn't even go up to somebody. That's kind of part of my like problem with my business hustle here. Is like, I'm good at doing things, but when it comes to begging for money, I forget to do that. I always forget. I come off wrong. I don't know how to ask right.
A really good solution in this particular thing is find a cause. Like, you have adorable pets. Like, find a cause like one tail at a time. I actually know someone who is doing the marketing for it, and like be like, and then have like a thing of like a drive here and be like, I'm putting in all this time, like
a doggy drive,
like a material drive. Like, if you can't provide this, provide that. I think in general, everyone's going through a hard time. I know like this job is just begging for money and you're just like asking for substance, and there's so many podcasts out there today.
Yeah.
The real question is like, what do you bring to the table that's different? Like, another thing you could do is literally, you have so many of these books. How many books have you been reading?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Have you read all of them?
Not all of them.
Have you read most?
It's a trick to make me look smart is what it really is. And it's off camera. There's some books right here, but most of the books are off camera. I really should find a way to incorporate that.
Yeah, just one more camera.
That. But you could borrow some books 100%.
I'm gonna borrow the mythology book. But I was just saying, or just like
if you steal my book, I'll cry. I'll tell you that though. If I never get it back, I'll cry. Okay. I'll cry about it.
Then here's what I want. And I'll like listen all the time, and this is just my brain. If you just read the mythology books and do characters, I do it every time.
You think that'd be a good thing? Like to just like make that a ritual on the show? Because I mean,
just like a minute break, a minute page, and then you're like this is how many episodes I made.
Yeah.
All right, maybe that's my idea.
I mean, you could. Hey, I don't want to steal your idea if you want to use it, okay?
right.
But that's a good idea because,
Thank
like, you know, a lot of shows have running gags. That's a very creative one.
What are your running gags?
We could do something with the book here. We got all kinds of books.
All kinds of books.
You're right. We could at least like grab a book. I could have the guest grab a book. Like, hey, look around, find a book, right, that you might want to, and then they'll pick a book, and then we'll discuss the book. That's a fun one.
And I'm picking this one.
All right, it's book time. It's book talk on Ruse Radio, folks. This is Book Talk. It's our brand new segment where we have books from the podcast studio. There's actually more books in some of these cupboards,
so
too.
I picked this one for a very specific reason. One, I'm intrigued.
Tell the people what the book is. They have no idea.
It's Food, Your Miracle Medicine. How can you prevent and cure over 100 symptoms and problems based on more than 10,000 scientific studies? Very peer-reviewed. Gene Carpenter, best-selling author, The Food Pharmacy.
Gene Carper. I think it's Gene Carper.
Yep, I added a G.
Hey, you know, dyslexia gets the best of us.
Honestly, so many. I don't know if I have a form of that or just a deep form of ADD.
It could be both. Who knows?
I don't know.
I mean, it's actually kind of fun sometimes. Sometimes you say some fun
Sometimes
things.
it's very fun.
Yeah.
I have a great, like, this is an example of it. Like, I have a bunch of these books I found also in, like, the bookstore. I've also found books on, like, how to live your best life while dying.
Ooh.
Or, yeah. We can exchange books.
Yeah. Hey, I'm always, the problem is I'm like, you know, I'm hoarding them here. I have two, it might get bad. It might get bad if I start taking some.
So it's just really interesting to find a book with peer reviews, as we were talking earlier, and I don't know if we got on the podcast of just like, it is what you eat. It's 110% what you eat.
Yeah.
And we're just used to eating so much more than we need to.
Yeah.
And I am. And that's like my biggest thing. And that's, yeah. And some people like forget to eat because they're anxious, and that's not good. And then you're like, why can't I focus today? And it's like, because you haven't eaten anything all day.
Yeah, I'm more like that one. That's more like
yeah,
me.
there's eat to live and there's live to eat.
But it's like, you know, it's nice at least, you know, again, on the positive side, at least I could have that problem instead of like starving every day. At least it's like a problem of abundance or a problem of like too much freedom in that choice rather than like starving to death and then like craving food. I'm at least glad it's not that. Even for either of those problems you presented, right? It's at least better to have the choice. So like trying to look on the positive side, I try to think of that. But again, like going back to what you were saying before, it's about accountability. Because like all you can really do is make the choice. Because if you
stick to it. And fucking stick to it.
Yeah. And that's the hardest part.
It's
that's
the hardest
That's like
part.
the same thing with people with, I think it's like all addictive personality traits. I think they're all
I
kind
don't
of similar.
have an addictive personality.
But wouldn't you say, but I just mean like addictive mindsets, I should say then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's,
that I do have.
Yeah.
That, like, it's why, like, I'm looking for a job right now, but I'm so, like, very focused on what I went to college for.
Yeah.
Because I'm very intrigued by it, and I'm very intrigued by all the aspects. That's why I picked this book. A good aspect of this is, like, I'm forgetting the name of it, and I kind of wanted to take a second to look it up, but it's a thing. Like, you can cure, like, a little bit of depression just through, like, eating more fish, or a little bit of depression through vitamin D, or, like, in this book, it goes into other stuff, like, carrots versus cholesterol. Like, to eat more carrots, like, increases your, like, helps your cholesterol. So, like, food can be used in that. It's supposed to be used in line with, like, medications sometimes. Also, would love to dive into the idea of, like, sometimes, like, especially the new mushrooms I really want to try. They're really gross tasting, though. The lion's mane, like, the mushrooms that are, like, supposed to be good for your brain. 2 issues with that. They're not, I don't know how federally regulated they are.
So I take lion's mane. There's a place that I go when I go to the farmer's market in Flint, Michigan. When I go back home, they have like a local vendor who sells the dry ones, and you can buy like some places around here. You can even buy like the regularly grown ones. I don't know, cause like with the federal thing, I don't think there's much you can really do to mess with mushrooms. It's just kind of like a spore that you plant and then it grows. I don't know. I've never heard of people getting poisoned
the
through
issue.
mushrooms. I don't know. Maybe.
The biggest issue you have with mushrooms is you really have to be an expert in it because there's always two types of mushrooms that look exactly the same. One's edible, and one does something to your brain.
Oh yeah. Well, lion's
And
mane.
one could kill you know, and that's why it's like federally like lion's mane has been tested to like not have that many issues, but the other issue you have with that is like how peer reviewed is that study, and not a lot of people put enough energy in the peer review and reading the peer review.
Yeah.
But like that's like the real knowledge. And there's like peer review policies. And then like the issue with everything is like knowledge costs money. So to get there, you have to go to college and get the access to those sites that are, or pay for it yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I guess it's like a lot of things where you would only know through. So you're saying like, there's a study where somebody says, like, makes the claim that lion's mane is amazing and it's perfect for your mental health and it's perfect for everything.
I don't know. I haven't read that study, but
I'm just saying, like, that study comes out and then there's no peer reviews. That would be bad. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is not only is it a study, it's the same thing with like you get autism through vaccines. That study has been multiply disproven multiple times, and there's only one paper on it.
Yeah.
So like, what's something like that versus like, is lion's mane good for your brain?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of I don't know, because like I think the problem then is like the people who in the lion's mane community would then say like the people aren't paying enough attention to this and blah blah blah. I mean, there's probably truth on both sides. Like at least with psilocybin, like there's not enough studies on that. I would argue.
Right.
Yeah.
There's more.
There's more now.
There's more now.
But like 10 years ago, I remember that was a huge thing. The first person I ever watched on YouTube about that was named Psyched Substance. Ooh. And I always thought like the best approach to those things, because he would do this. He would say these videos are for medical purposes, and then he would talk about like mushroom experiences and all of these things.
What side of YouTube are you on? Like, what side of YouTube did you grow up on, and what side do you fall in now? And I'll tell you my favorite before we start. It's this man in Canada who just feeds the raccoons. So he has a lot of raccoons.
That's nice. That's a nice side of YouTube right there. I'm kind of jealous. Right. Your YouTube's better than mine.
That's my favorite one, but like, no, it's like Smosh and like stupid like
That's like, you're
drama.
talking back then. Back then, that's what you got, or now?
Both. Always. Just always Smosh.
Oh, you're so lucky. See, my YouTube like used to be, back in the day, it used to be all those things. It used to be like Smosh. And I never watched Shane Dawson, never liked Shane Dawson, but my sister watched Shane Dawson, so I remember him pretty well. I didn't like him.
How old is your sister?
She's 3 years younger than me, so she's 23. She's 23. But Shane Dawson, and that was like the Shanae era. Like that was the golden era, if you ask me. Okay.
Jenna Marbles.
Yeah.
100. Miss you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I got all the good stuff in classic YouTube.
Oh my god. Land Shark.
Land Shark, I don't know. What is that?
It's Jenna Marbles.
Oh, I didn't know that was her YouTube name. So I've seen.
No. It's a YouTube video of hers where she pretends she's a land shark.
I don't think I never got the Jenna Marbles. It's what YouTube gives me, you know? I can't control all of it. And then now I just get like, dude, YouTube only feeds me like political shit. It only gives me that. And it's kind of sad. Like sometimes I want to scroll through YouTube and I want something good. And instead I just get
There's
like
nothing good on
podcasts
YouTube.
and political shit. And, you know, like it's fun and all, but like I can predict what YouTube's going to show me. It's kind of like, I still watch the shit because I'm just as sick as the rest of us, okay?
Yeah.
But I really wish I could just scroll through YouTube like back in the day and I would just get like fun seal videos and like look at this thing this cat did today. Because like that was the good old days on YouTube.
Oh my god. Okay. Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The tunes that were like, I like trains.
Yeah.
It's raining tacos.
Yeah.
Okay, same side growing up.
You got Epic Rap Battles of History was real good too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't forget that.
Can't forget that. All the parody songs.
Yeah, I mean, there was React videos were right around that time is when they first started. That was like when they first became
honestly,
a thing.
watching them grow is wild. Like, and like also be your age at the same time, and you're like, the fuck? There's some YouTubers like that, like Tana Mojo when she started. I was like, never clocked we were the same age until like now. Until like now.
That's true. There's a lot of those. Yeah, I feel like, or at least like a couple years older than me, because I remember when Fred became a thing, and
Fred's
I want to say
older.
I was
Fred's
only.
like,
But I was probably 10 and he was probably like 15. Like he couldn't have been that much older than me.
I would say 13.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about. He was 3 years older than me. And he was like the most viral person on YouTube at that time. People, that's the thing about these things. Kids don't know how viral worked back then. They don't even know.
They're very different. And like now everything's viral and like everyone has to be held accountable for everything they put on their internet.
Yep. And it's a whole
now
different
I'm regretting
thing.
like so many things.
I feel bad for all the people who had no idea it was going to get like that. I never posted anything too bad, but I did post, like, when I look at my Facebook posting, like 13 years ago, okay, there's some things that I'm like, wow, I really put that on the internet. I mean,
About 13 years ago, you were like a cute kid, and it was like, whatever.
I was quoting, like, Deuce from Hollywood Undead. He would, like, have, like, songs with just, like, the dumbest shit. He's saying the dumbest shit. And I would just post, like, the lyrics from the song. And it's like, I'd have people comment, like, you can't say that. And it's like, dude, I'm in, like, 6th grade. Like, posting
I'm sorry.
slurs on my Facebook.
Yeah, no, absolute. You know, I'm not, like, I'm not sorry for the next generation. I'm scared of the next generation.
Oh, that's how I feel. I'm afraid of them. Because they're going to have skills we don't have.
They're going to have so many skills we don't have.
Yeah.
My other thing is, and this is going to be, I want to learn, is that I might just need a Jewish boy. Because I kind of want to learn, like, Yiddish with my significant other. And then I want to teach my kids Spanish. So, like, we all have our own languages.
I mean, that's a lot of work. You'd have to learn. Do you know Spanish?
I'm not teaching them Spanish. They're learning Spanish. I'm not going to learn it.
I was going to say, you'd have to know all three if you were going to do it
No.
like that.
No,
Yeah.
you slowly learn Yiddish with your significant other.
Okay.
And then once you have kids, you just, like, take them to speak Spanish. Like, you just, like, buy them tools to learn Spanish.
like
Honestly, teach your kids all their languages you possibly can before they're 7, because that's when they soak it in the most.
I've heard that, I've heard, like, numerous things on why that's a good idea. But I think, like, it's the...
Or music.
I think that there's something about the way... Because I read that, like, the way that kids absorb information in their first 6 months to, like, 3 years, it doesn't even make logical sense to us. Like, we don't really understand how they go from, like, nothing to all of that language acquisition. And the way that their brain acquires language is completely different than the way you learn stuff now as an adult. Like, they learn so quickly, so fast, it doesn't even make sense. And so, also, there's the fact that, like, different languages, like, I think, like, if you grew up deaf, and then you had to learn English, or if you grew up speaking Spanish and you had to learn English, there's like a certain learning curve to that because you thought in the language that you've always known, so you didn't know.
Yeah, and you don't know that language deeply until you dream in another language.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's, you know, that's funny because that's something I read in, like, it was, we were talking about getting textbooks from those free book things. It was in a children's textbook I got from one of those free book things, and it said at the very beginning, it was like some guy who was from China and he came here and he like builds bridges here or something like that. And that's what he said, was that it's about thinking in the new language. It's not about learning the new language. It's being able to think in it. Like that's the difference.
The hard part.
Yeah. But when you're a kid and you learn all those different languages, I think your brain even thinks a different way. Like you learn to not think in just English and not Spanish. You program to think all these different ways.
The same way goes for like a lot of things. I want to get back to it so bad. I can't wait until I'm financially stable again. I like went to a boxing class.
Ooh.
Again, if I had money, I would just be a boxing Pilates girly. But even if I like barely have money, I'm still gonna be a boxing girly. It's the Pilates that's expensive.
Yeah? Boxing's not that expensive?
Boxing's like expensive, but like you can find like some like gyms around here where it's like just like if you break it down, they ask for it yearly, but if you break it down monthly, it's like $41 a month.
Oh.
But Pilates is like $100-$200 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
And with boxing, we're just talking like like what do they do there?
Ooh, they're my favorite. They're the Chicago Fitness Center gym. They're on North Lincoln Avenue. 3130. Yeah, we're just adding people. No, we're promoting people's businesses out here. We're being kind. I love them.
They just got doxxed. They're like,
oh no, they want people because it's fun. They have like real shonies teaching like real Muay Thai and real boxing and real kickboxing.
Yeah.
Who like were the ones who told me like you're not fit and like. If you ever want to get fit, you're not fit. They're very positive there. If you ever want to get fit, just do 3 minutes of jumping jacks and 3 minutes of jump rope.
That was them.
That's them. And that's
Yeah.
also what they make you do at the beginning of every class.
Oh, boy.
And there's like 3-4 classes like a week. So
and I
it's a
think
good time.
I think that kind of stuff is good too, just because it forces you into doing those things.
It also forces you to meet people.
Yeah.
Like,
With similar goals.
with similar goals, maybe similar interests when you get into it. Like you just like, there's people at this gym who go all the time who make movies or like are actors in movies. But like indie movies. But still.
Yeah, that's still cool though.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because they're doing something.
They're doing something.
And like you said before, it's about appreciating the arts, right?
It is. There's one guy who literally does fight training, like stage fight training. So he came to that gym to learn it. And that's at all, like appreciating all of the arts.
And so he's coming there just
To learn actual fighting skills so he can mock them later to teach like people. So it looks real.
that's kind of like meta. That's kind of a fun
Yeah.
thought experiment. Like he's like getting like, wrestling with people and he's like, all right, so I'm going to take all this. Like he's like taking mental notes the whole time. He should have just he should have filmed the whole thing. I wonder if they let him bring in a camera if he would have done that, because that would have been the way. Just film it all.
It's hard enough to human. You could think you can like do that and have that idea, but like
maybe not.
You get embarrassed. You're Plus, real fights happen only once or twice a year.
Okay. Everything else is just like, here's
It's
what
training,
you do.
and like the people who want to train take it seriously, and the people who train take it seriously, because that's another. If like it or not, it's literally called martial arts. It's another art form.
I've always wanted to learn a fighting style. So this is particularly just
Boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And like that's how long you've been doing that for? How long?
Did it for a year. I've been on a 3-month hiatus because life. And I want to get back to it as soon as I can.
I noticed like down the street here, there's some boxing places.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of them in Chicago, but you do have to like pick and choose which ones you like the best.
Okay.
Because
it's different, just like anything.
Because it's different, like anything. Like there's also things like title boxing, where it's like, yeah, you go and there's a teacher and a leader, but they're not teaching you technique. They're like trying, but also the way it's set up, there's like bags everywhere in everyone's faces, like.
And they just kind of let you go. There's not much like, hey, if you want to actually be a boxer, here's what you're going to do.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you'd only know if you go there. I always say read reviews. I'm guessing if you read reviews, you might get warned beforehand.
Probably.
I mean, just everything.
Listen, you kind of just go to these different boxing places once when you can afford them, because they give you a free first time.
Really?
Yeah. Title gives you a free first time. I think UFC Wrigley gives you a free first time.
Wow.
They're also like more affordable than you think. Like it's just like that they ask for the whole upfront price. That makes you think they're like not affordable. You see 600, you're like, you break 600 down over a year, you're like, or over like 12 months, you're like, okay.
And it's just an annual commitment is really what you have to worry about. So it's kind of like a gym membership in a way.
It
a lot
is.
of gyms,
It
you
is
have to
a
pay
gym
the annual
membership.
fee.
It is a gym membership.
Oh, because this is not workout machines.
No, there are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like, unlike other gym memberships, like my other gym membership is Planet Fitness. It's just like, there's only one of these gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. I never really thought about that. See, I think
each gym, it's a hard business to run. It is. It's
why?
like, not everyone decides they want to work out, right? Some people also decide they don't want to work out because, like at a place because they can do it themselves, and some people just don't like instructor classes.
Yeah.
Where like that's cool that they have an extra gym, but you get your yearly bump, every New Year's.
Yeah.
And then like people stop showing up. And then like life happens. You have your regulars and then like they move or they can't commit because of X, Y, and Z, and like it's building a culture for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you can only do so much with the people moving and all that. You can't really stop that.
It's also like,
but the annual bump thing, that's real. The New Year's thing.
For sure. But it's also I don't know. It's like why you see so many fast food places, but like it's easy to franchise. Like it's easy to franchise everything. They already did everything for you. Okay, maybe take that out. I'm talking out my ass.
I wish I could. I when it comes to like business, again, I'm the worst. Like I know how to like post things. I wish I could give people real business advice. Maybe I just need to like lie and say I do know about business. And
It is a little bit of that. It's 100% a little bit of that. It's a little bit of like next time you're in one of these books, look for like a financial book.
Yeah.
Like Finance for Dummies.
You're right. There was one time I opened one of those boxes and I saw like just a bunch of like running a business books. But
and then you don't think about grabbing them because you're not interested in reading them because it is the boring, monotonous side of it all.
But it's important. I think
but it's 110%. Like we're at this age and we're at this time in life where you just have to be held accountable.
Yeah. And you have to post your own stuff. So you're basically a business manager in that. Like with the way social media is, you are accountable because you're the only person that's running your business. Like you're a comedian, you have to promote your comedy. And that is a whole other job. Like
I'm not good at that part. I'm not good at that
That's what
part.
I'm saying. I can rap, I can do a podcast, but when it comes to like thinking, all right, I need to let the people know what we're doing here. I do not. I do it, but that's the hardest part.
All right,
that's a whole ass job.
I'm just taking over your podcast for a second.
Go for it.
This is our new segment, just special between us.
Look at this. We got so many new rituals going down. This is a special episode
of consulting a Jew.
Lucky me.
Lucky you, consulting a Jew. Let's go.
Guys, look who I've got a Jew in the studio. This is a moment for me. Let me just say. We don't always get Jews for me to ask questions to. So please.
Yeah. So
take the floor.
Business ideas of potentially making money later. Simple one that I was like saying, we live pretty close to Loyola. At the end of every year, just go through their book trees and like find the books that they need for their courses that they're too lazy to sell.
Yeah.
Sell them later. Also go to where all of the dorms were, where they just throw things out. I remember my freshman year of college, I just threw things away. Or my senior year of college, I just threw things away.
Yeah.
So like go to like those parts of the area and find what you can, sell what you can, and keep what you can.
Yes. And this is how you stay alive, folks.
And this is how you stay alive in Chicago.
Yeah. When World War III goes down in the next couple years, you're going to need this advice.
Absolutely. For you specifically, renting out your space, or at least if not renting out, getting donations for materials from people who would like to also use this space.
Yeah.
like another headphone set or another camera or whatever. Use materials welcomed. That's how you survive in Chicago.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, and see, again, I can't hustle like this. I have all these books here.
I only got the ideas. I have no follow through. I can't hustle like that.
I would get these books and I would think, oh, well, I might need this one day.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I do need to know about frog biology. Maybe I'll keep this book.
Honestly, true.
I would actually, I'm not even joking.
I want to pull now Dad's own cookbook. I just want to see.
The Dad's own cookbook?
Yeah.
I was excited about that one. That's actually a book that I found at my dad's house. And I was like, that's adorable. Yeah, well, it's a great book.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That one, I would cry if you lose. I would cry for you.
That's a sweet one to find.
Yeah, it's sweet.
And I was thinking, because a lot of these books I just got randomly. That book actually has its own little story. And
I think you should put it by your trophies then.
Maybe. Yeah, up there. That's my coming home prince trophy from 2015. I was the coming home prince. They voted for me, which blows my mind.
Popular?
I wasn't popular. I was just a kid that rapped, but it blows my mind because I had like 3 friends in high school. I did not hang out with people, okay?
Do you still hang out with those three friends?
Sort of, kind of. One of them, and then the other one moved to New York.
Okay,
at one point. And
you could be like, bro, I'm gonna come visit, and be like,
well, the problem is, like, it's one of those things where he posts. So 2020, I went a little bit crazy, just like the rest of us, right? And so I just posted like the dumbest shit on Facebook.
Oh, and now,
I got deep. Okay, I was like literally like I would just spend all day inside, so I'd be like just raging at my computer, right?
Yeah.
I was a fiend, and so I remember like I don't think I was like wrong in the things I was saying. It was just stupid the way I was expressing it. And I don't have this Facebook anymore.
To be honest, to be fair, how old were you?
It's not that long ago.
Yeah, you know what? You said 2020. Yeah. That's so fair too. That is what Facebook was used for when we were like 13.
Yes, and I was trained on that,
like,
okay?
Facebook and Tumblr was used to be our personal diary.
That's what we know, okay?
That is what we know. Some of us picked Instagram, some of us picked Twitter, now X, my bad.
Yeah. Some kids were smart and they learned like, oh, I don't need to publish all this. Like, I just can have a profile.
Do you remember Throwback Thursdays or TBHs? Did you do TBHs with your friends?
Yeah, I did.
And people who you were like kind of associated with?
I sure did. I still do that sometimes. Nothing's going to stop me.
I still poke some people.
I wish you could.
No, it's still a thing.
You didn't know. You can post people on Facebook. You can poke people.
Oh, we're going to go into we're going to poke war official.
That's crazy. I really thought that was gone because I thought about that like within the last few months.
If it's gone, I'm going to be so sad.
I think it is. When's the last time you poked somebody? Do you know? That's what I mean.
A couple of years ago, yeah.
I think they got rid of it because there's no way. If I
find it, I'm adding you on Facebook after this. I'm poking you.
I would destroy you in a poke war.
We're gonna go down in a poke war. That is gonna be our World War III.
Believe me, if I put my mind to it, I could be dominant in the poke war region. Okay, I could poke war anybody. I feel confident in that. It's not even that hard. Okay, people just don't have the follow through.
I feel like I need public relation, like, media training.
Yeah, me too. I feel like I need to at least. You're saying read a book. That's not a bad idea because you could read a book or you could like take.
You could also take a course and like a simple course, like a simple like community college course would only be like $2,000 for the semester. Yeah,
that's not bad.
If you just do it in bite-sized portions and do it for like your own knowledge, like. Not bad, but like also who has like an extra $2,000 in debt to go. I'm in college debt. I just don't have more debt to go into. I just can't afford it.
That's why books are so great.
That's why books are so great. That's why you have to read books. That's why YouTube's great.
Yeah,
YouTube's great.
Making music, everything I know is from YouTube and one person. Like there's like two people. There's 2 significant people in my life that I can think of that taught me things, and then everything else is.
Is it your parents?
No. no one in my family does music or anything in the arts. I would say I just kind of turned out this way. That's like they don't want to be on YouTube on a podcast. Like my family's not like that.
Yeah.
I try to convince them. I'm like, Mom, come on, do my podcast one time. Do it, Mom. She's like, no, I don't think that's for me. That's my family. Good for them. I'm happy for them.
I started comedy. Now everyone in my family thinks they can.
Oh, see, is that good or bad? That could be.
I don't know. My dad kind of can. Like, I took him to one of my shows because, like, I don't have a significant other. I don't have, like, a few friends who I could take. But, like, sometimes you just want that, like, level to be extra deep. And it's like, you take your parents.
Yeah.
Don't ever take your parents. There's so many reasons not to. But for me personally, it's because if I let my dad go unfiltered, either we're all having a great time or we're all having a bad time. Normally it's a great time for everyone else and a really bad time for me.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's the worst when your dad, like, just outshines you, like, intentionally.
So he goes for it. He just goes all in.
Yeah, he goes all in. He wants to say the most outrageous things. He will say the N-word. He will. He's like, I'm old enough to now. He won't. He might.
He might. That's the problem, is he's so unpredictable. We actually don't know.
Yeah, you actually don't know. I don't think he ever would in public.
He's a wild card.
He's a wild card.
That's fun, though. That's kind of fun. It's kind of like bringing a little wild to the party, you know, because you want to.
I produced my own show in October, and I'm going to do it every year, but because, like, that was my year, like, marker, and I'm going into my second year now, I'm like, I did so many things wrong. Did so many things wrong. I would do it a lot differently now.
Yeah.
And, like, realize the community you're in, you know?
So what were some of those things?
Don't get a lot of Jewish older people in a room and have two black comedian comics say the N-word 16 times in a row between the two of them. Love you guys.
What happens? It's like a math problem. Like this plus this
What
equals.
What happens is you get a lot of, like, older Jewish people going, like, I'm so happy to donate, but yeah. Can you explain to me the joke, folks? Can you explain to me the joke? Some people did really well. Some people did really well. And some people would have done really well for a different crowd.
Yeah. That'd be like a fun prank show.
Yeah, I pulled the biggest prank on myself. I booked my own show without knowing comedy or the comedy
what
scene.
it is. It's like if you were filming that would be like a viral YouTube video. Because these guys are just bombing. They're bombing because I feel like it's with comedy, though, in particular.
You have to bomb.
Well, you have to bomb, but also there's just some settings you can't excel in, and that's one of them. Like, you can't go in front of the wrong people and try to do your normal.
I think it's like a inverse relationship. Like, black comics can't go into a Jew crowd the same way I can't go into a black crowd.
Yeah.
And I think I learned that lesson. I did stand up a little bit in, like, Richmond, Virginia, and, like, it's nice when you get but in a white crowd, you normally get, like, a lot of laughs, or, you know what? It is just an inverse. It's just an inverse.
I don't know how it would work out for me, because I'm too, again, like, I want to do all these things, but I feel like if I try to do comedy, I'd spend time doing it, and then I would stop rapping entirely. I'd become a different man. I need to focus. I need to use my accountability, right?
I think that's my, like, new moist word of the year. Like, I hate it.
Like, don't say that word around me. That's my trigger word,
that
actually.
Is my trigger word. Someone's woke. Woke rapper. Let's go. New Kendrick Lamar out here.
We need more of us, okay? These woke rappers will wake up the people, okay? But, what was I saying? What was I just saying? Accountability, comedy. So if I were to do comedy, I feel like that would be, I don't know who my audience would be. I don't know what I would be doing. I'd probably be doing exactly what I do right here, right now. Like, I'd bomb comfortably. I feel like I'm one of those people who I'd bomb very comfortably. I like just talking. So I could just go up there and talk for a few minutes and I'd have fun.
Yeah.
Be like, you guys didn't like that? I was just giving you gold up there.
Yeah, my biggest thing is my jokes are for myself. Like, I just have puns and I just try to make puns.
That's
and,
good though.
like,
If you're doing it for you, that's
Yeah.
good. I feel like eventually, because comedy too, that you hear it, it's just like music. I think you've done it for a year. It is one of those things. It's a trade. Like, it's an art form. The
is an art
longer you
form.
do it, the
Yeah.
better and better you will get.
Same thing with boxing and like actually doing like Muay Thai and kickboxing or whatever. Like, you go to this gym like once to like 4 times. If you're doing it 4 times, you're getting fit. But also, no, you're not, because eating. It's about the eating.
Yeah, it's
About
both.
the eating. It's for me.
Sleep too, even. I think if you don't
Yeah.
get good sleep,
Yeah.
your body doesn't.
Yeah.
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 Which is crazy. Like, most people don't even consider that at all. Like, I think it's all 3 of those things. It's the diet, it's the exercise, and it's the sleep.
Yeah.
And those 3 things do so much for you, you wouldn't even know,
Like-
unless you change your habits entirely.
Yeah.
Like, for me, marijuana, I would just smoke, and then I would smoke all the time, and I never
Yeah.
even realized it affected my sleep.
If
And then
I-
I stopped smoking, and it was like, oh my God.
I can actually sleep like a baby little angel.
Yes.
Like a baby little angel. I am the queen of naps. I was a lifeguard growing up, so I like can sleep comfortably for like 20 minutes and have a dream. Or like
I'm jealous
I got
of
there.
that.
I
That's
got there.
impressive.
I like need to go back there, but it's a good time. Or like when you get to meditation.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do something. We're gonna go into religion now.
Okay, here we go.
I really want to know.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. We're gonna talk about religion, but we're gonna talk about my religion. First of all, how did you grow up?
Basically, I think like my dad was religious, but he didn't like share, and I think my mom's kind of like a spiritual persuasion type of thing, and it's always been that way.
I love that.
But
I
neither
love
of them
that.
were like on top of me with religion, or anything. I
Yeah.
never really had like a philosophy presented to me. It just kind of grew up.
I kind of like that. Presenting them with maybe both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and letting them decide would be great, but
I didn't even get presented them, though, is what I mean. It wasn't even
Yeah.
like that. It was just kind of, they just had their thing, and they never really even mentioned it. So I feel like that's actually probably the best way to go, because then
Yeah.
you kind of can make your own conclusion. And I've kind of ended up mostly like my mom, which is the funny part. Like, I just
Yeah.
noticed my philosophy is way more similar
so
to just the way I think.
when I talked to someone who grew up Catholic, his comment was, and it was like John Torgerson, and his comment was like we both grew up religious, like it's the same as like, no, like my religion is based off of asking questions and always be questioning. And I don't think enough people know that about like Judaism in general. It's just like it's based off questioning everything.
And that's
That's why we're hated.
How would
because
that...
we question our existence. No.
So, would it, like, in contrast from another religion where the other religion presents an answer and a conclusion, you're saying that this is more about leaving it as an open question and questioning things?
Yeah.
It's a difference
like,
in
why
philosophy?
did this happen? Yeah.
Okay. Because I've never really, like, Christianity, I sort of know. I never really got too deep into it. I think the one thing that I really appreciate about religion is I think it's all very similar to mythology. Like, if you connect
I
the
do
way...
love mythology.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the OG religion, if in a way, that's kind of what it is. Because before you had gods that were like, you know, the gods that we know now, it was these gods in like the Roman and Greek times.
Yeah.
And that was how they thought everything. And they didn't even maybe necessarily think all that stuff was true, just like we don't necessarily think
No, the answer-
story of the Bible is true, or the story. Like, we think people wrote these and they're, maybe people think it's true.
No, take
but
3
there's
steps
different
back.
Yeah.
We had those gods
Yeah.
because we didn't know the answer.
Exactly. And so when I look
Some
at...
people still have a god because they don't know the answer. And to be honest, no one at this point does. And
Yeah.
it's like, whatever you believe in, that's totally up to you.
Exactly. And when I look at all these stories, what I see is that. I just see that, like, this constant struggle to explain the nature of reality. And so I've never really studied anything outside of like the Christianity stories and that, but it's just cool that you can at least find like moral principles that are provided within the stories. I don't know much about, so it would be...
I think there's a lot of moral principles, but I'm not no rabbi.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's like, if you really wanted to study it, it's like a lifetime of knowledge.
It is a lifetime.
Yeah.
But there's this really cool rabbi in Andersonville who used to be a chef and now he's a rabbi.
Yeah.
Like, his story's fun. Plus, he's a really good cook.
Wow. Talk about multi-talented.
Multi-talented. You said, okay, back to the thing of, so this isn't based on my religion. This is just based on my perspective.
Okay.
And like what I believe is a two-parter of, I don't know if I believe in that there's a God and it's like a human form. I believe there's an energy.
Okay.
And I believe it may be some people's subconscious.
Meaning what?
Meaning like when you're a dumb kid and you have something in your head going, don't do it. That might just be God because you are an animal.
That's a good claim. See, okay. So it's also metaphysical, and that's the hard part to conceptualize.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, so if there is a God that's like animating you in such a way, and a God that tells you things in such a way, would that God then be present in all of us? Is that God would be present in animals? That God would be present in like birds. Plants. And in like the way that
because God is present in particles.
Yeah. Yes. Particles are always in motion.
No, like the smallest atom, God is present.
Like, what do you mean?
He's the energy. He's either like he's both the atom and a neutron. Like he's both a electron and neutron and proton.
It'd be all of it.
Yeah.
So we would just be God experiencing itself then.
Yes.
See, now that is an interesting thing. But I would just wonder then, like, okay, so my problem has always been that when I look at religion, and I think most people are automatically nowadays, because of like the way that science has kind of taught you to just everything is literal. I think everybody is kind of religiousness
it depends how much you read a peer review.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Can you read a peer review on a religion?
I wonder how religious everyone is, because I see I see a lot of people like just like I didn't really realize it was this bad, and then like I remember there was some maybe it was just like an echo chamber, but I remember on Facebook there was a Ricky Gervais quote that I saw, and it was like speaking because Ricky Gervais I don't know if he still does it, probably, but like around 15 years ago he would say, like, he kind of made it his thing to be like the atheist comic, and so he would just say like anti-Christianity things and anti-religious things. I don't know if he attacked all religion. I think he did. I think he kind of made it a thing to like, atheism. And it's just like so many people you see identify with that. It actually kind of blows my mind, because I would think that the natural inclination is actually to be religious. I would think it'd be the opposite. Like somewhere in you do want there to be more to life. It surprises me. It's kind of a hopeless thing when I see that. It makes me sad.
I have a three-prong question, and I'm a little high, so let's see if we can get there.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Straight up, where's the train? Do you believe all people are naturally good or naturally evil?
A mixture of both.
Do you think they're naturally selfish or naturally giving?
Selfish.
Right.
But I think that's due to your survival instinct.
Do you
and
think
like
people
the
are
inborn
naturally
thing.
positive or negative? Sorry, I didn't let you finish.
That's a hard one. That's actually harder than the first two. Well, you probably didn't let me finish because you were trying to make sure you didn't forget any of it.
Yeah.
But that last one's hard.
Yeah.
Because people are naturally good or naturally, what was the last one? Naturally good
positive or negative. This is a mindset.
That's different than good or evil.
It is different than good or evil because it is the choice you end up making. We all have, what are they called? Intrusive thoughts. There's like two subcategories. There's, I don't know the words, but there's intrusive thoughts and the one that you harm yourself with.
Self-deprecating thoughts.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. But there's just thoughts that enter your brain about people and things that you experience that you don't necessarily believe in one way or the other.
I think people are naturally negative in their thinking.
And I think the nature of people is that they're naturally selfish and naturally negative.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's the synopsis of the thought.
Well, the negative thing, that's just, I think it's a negative thing. That's a harder, because the selfish thing, I think, makes like sense. If you're thinking about it, like if you're looking at a person and you're thinking like, how does this person ultimately make it through life? The only logical answer is to be selfish to some extent. Like you have to be. Even when you say, I need to work out, that's kind of a selfish thought because you're thinking, I need to do this for myself. Like it's not thinking I need to go spend time with people. It's like, I need to do this thing for me because it'll increase my happiness and my longevity. And it's all about you. It's not about anybody else. And that's actually good to think that way in a lot of ways.
It's good to self-care in that way for sure. It's definitely something I need to dive deeper in.
Yeah.
And the accountability and the struggling thing. It's like free therapy. Thank you so much.
You know, I used to joke, like, I this is actually like my audition for therapy is as a therapist. I used to say that just because like I think I have a natural, it's like part of my soul.
I do
think
already-
I'm a therapist at heart. I don't know what to do about it.
I have a friend I want you to meet.
All right. You have him in mind? Yeah?
Yeah.
Him or her, I guess I don't know.
It automatically was a him. You already felt the energy.
I'm a I was
It's a
going to say I'm a genius, but I'm
bromance.
actually a psychic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A psychic one time told me that I was generationally cursed, so that's fun.
I never said that. So one psychic
wasn't
to
you.
another, I never sensed the generational curse. I never
you.
saw it. You know, maybe you are though. I don't know. Maybe my channeling is off. Maybe I didn't meditate enough this morning. I'm not sure.
Nice. I think that's a fuck thing to say to someone, even if you're like a psychic.
You get a generational curse.
Just like,
Hey, your life is
did
actually.
I not pay you enough? I paid you way too much money. How dare you call it a generational curse?
I don't know.
It might be incest because I am a Jew.
Yeah. How is that true? Is that
If
true?
there's only like 2% of a population
Yeah. Just do the math, folks.
and you want Jewish babies, there's a reason people identify it as pure-blooded. Like,
I never really thought about that. It never really even occurred to me.
and if I meet a Jew who's also a ginger, I think they're related to me because that's 2% and 2%.
Oh, that's like double trouble.
That's double trouble. No, majority. That's why it, like, just for Jews, this, like, you have to, there's some categories of people where you have to take an identity, like, what's the word?
A DNA test?
A DNA test. And like track down back your like family trees to make sure there's not enmeshment.
Yeah.
It's Jewish people and it's Irish people.
Huh.
But like not Irish who are in America, like Irish like in Ireland, like Welsh people are in Welsh, like countries where like people don't normally move out of and there's only like so many, especially if they're like.
I wonder how Hawaiians are. It's probably got to be pretty tight there in Hawaii. Because if you're like a local Hawaiian family, like you're always on the island, you got to imagine like there's not too many. It can't be that many people there on Hawaii. I wonder if they got to worry about DNA and incest up there in Hawaii. Now this is like my therapy session.
Sorry, I have another weird one for you. Where when I'm just like in a place and don't know what to talk about, I fill the space.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's good to have those in life.
Yeah, it's great. And me and my brother were on ATVs in Arizona, and I brought up animals that can fuck other animals and have offsprings, but those offsprings can't have offsprings. It's called like a xenotype.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like a donkey can't reproduce.
Say what now? So
No, sorry, a mule. A mule can't reproduce. That's a donkey and a horse.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah.
I never really realized
A
that.
mule can't reproduce with another mule. The only way they're generated is if a female if a female horse fucks a male donkey. And then the other way around, there's another word for that, and I think it's donkey.
Really?
Yeah. I think horses and donkeys and mules are interesting because I think if a donkey fucks a horse, if a horse fucks a donkey, I think it's just a donkey. Now, I don't know.
Run that back for me.
I think
Explain
if,
the science. So how do you get the mule again?
Female horse and a male donkey.
Oh, so
But
it's
a male donkey, a
Okay.
male horse, and a female donkey would just make another donkey.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even just the person who figured that out, like what a discovery. That's probably the discovery of their
And
lifetime.
I might be wrong too. I just might be wrong, and there might just be another word for it. But
Are there other animals, like other examples of that? There's
I
gotta be
don't know.
more.
But there are a liger, a lion, and a tiger.
Those are. I always thought that was a joke, but they
No,
were
that's
real.
a
'Cause
real.
I remember I
that's
saw one
real.
at the zoo
That's
once.
real. A donkey and a horse can just fuck. A donkey and a horse.
Horses
Oh,
just fuck
sorry.
everything.
A horse and a zebra.
And that would just make.
I don't know the name for it.
But it looks like a horse and a zebra. That
Yeah.
it just can't.
It
have
has less
babies.
stripes.
That's wild. It's like, okay, so if God exists and God has a plan, then why is he making that? Why would he make a thing that can't even
So
make?
imagine this: God does exist,
Okay.
but he doesn't have a plan because we don't have a plan. He's just existing, but he's in everything.
Okay, there's no plan.
No plan. He doesn't have power. He's just existing in everyone. He has an overall better moral compass. Mm-hmm. And that's how he leads. And this is just what I wish was the case.
Like God has a will,
God
but
has
not a plan.
God has a will, but no way.
Okay.
You generate the way yourself by following the commandments.
Oh, okay. See, and then that's where it gets me too, is like, okay,
Yeah.
so if it's all demonstrating a moral principle, and that's the idea, is
Yeah.
that we're trying to just demonstrate what is right and wrong and the right way to live.
We're trying. Well, okay, yeah. Then you get to the deeper question of like, you grew up differently. So what is your yes or no? What is your right or wrong? Because
Yes.
it can be completely different from mine.
And I think it's important to have your own code. Like that's what's so fundamental about religion is that even if you like that's why I think it's sad that people are beliefless and they don't have a belief is I think that actually puts you in a state of disarray and a state of confusion
So,
because you don't have a strong
here's-
conviction either way.
yeah.
Like it actually
But
is
then
better.
there's also too strong of a conviction.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah, it goes
It's the
both
balance
ways.
of that. It's like the
That's-
balance of thinking there's something, but not
That's the
like
balance of someone's ego.
yeah. Because if you're all the way in, you're like
'Cause-
you could be a Scientologist.
Yeah, or like once like someone in your age group identifies as a messiah, I think then you have to identify that as a cult.
Yeah, I like to joke that.
Ooh, I'm not that pretty. Sorry. I know I'm
go
not
ahead.
that pretty because I can't run a cult. All right.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. See, you probably could. I think you're putting yourself down. I think you like. To be fair, I think cults are about personality. I think cults are.
If they're about personality, I could run a cult.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like I think personality would make you pretty. I think as long as
Yeah.
you can go out there and you're like you could be like the ugliest person in the world. If you have a good personality, people are still going to find you attractive. It's actually like a crazy
Yeah, it's a
like
thing.
voodoo magic.
Yeah, it is a thing. It's just like it's also why like as a person with a personality, you never want to be with someone without one.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, they're a 10 and they can fuck, but I have to carry the conversation.
Yeah.
Kill me now. Kill me now.
So do you think there's more people with personalities or without personalities? Like when people say NPC and things like this, do you identify with that or do you think that people do have personalities?
I think everyone has a flavor of a personality. I just think that flavor could be very, very diluted if they're a finance bro.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things.
Or if you're just not a model. I know some models with amazing personalities and are just, but they're ending up like, yeah.
But
Whatever.
when you said earlier about ego, I think that's what
It's the
really
ego.
about.
It's the ego.
Because if you have too much of an ego, you fall into a certain like line of thinking that you think you are. Like you think I think I'm this, and then you become that, and
What's
it's actually
the
kind of
opposite
exhausting.
of ego?
Selflessness. I'd say selflessness.
Oh, okay. But like again, even though selflessness sounds like a good term, it sounds like something great to like, you're selfless. Like that sounds like a great compliment.
Yeah.
It could also be like a form of self-harm.
Well, I've seen it argued that Christianity itself is a religion preaching selflessness, and that's actually one flaw within it. I've seen people say this. I'm not sure how much I agree with it, but it's like saying that like you live to sacrifice. That's what Jesus did. He sacrificed himself for other people, and it kind of teaches this principle of self-sacrifice.
So it's that part of the religion of all religions when you come to like sacrifice, when you come to like that's the part of religion that I like the most. I just think this is just how I think, but like I live by this, and I think I'll always live by this, and it might be a tattoo one day, but as a Jew, I have enough tattoos. I already have 6.
You can put it on a rap song.
Yeah, sure.
Throw it in there.
That's like a tattoo of my career, though. No, I'm kidding.
Taylor Swift has a rap song back in the day.
Yeah, and that is funny. My goal is to be a little bit better than Taylor Swift.
My goal is to be on Hot Ones. That's my all-time goal. Yeah, I've said that for a long time.
We could also start, like, they have. There's another podcast where she's been doing it for 10 years, and like it's in like England, and she eats like wings, and she
Chicken Shop Date.
Yeah.
Chicken Shop, is that what it is? Chicken Shop Date.
I think it's
Amelie de Mortenborg or whatever the hell her last name is.
Yeah.
I hope one day I'm famous enough to where they'll clip me saying her name wrong and make fun of me. It's another one of my goals.
Yeah.
I want fans that make fun of me because I'm stupid.
This is what I said once, and I said it in Torgy Talk. And I'll say it again. I want to get back into boxing, and I think Tana Mojo is out in the career enough to maybe want to get punched in the face with me. I don't know. Buy me and then punch me in the face.
That's a challenge if I've ever heard one. I wonder if I had to box somebody.
I want the clout, unfortunately. I'm about the boxing, but I'm calling her out because of the clout. I also love her. I don't know.
Okay, so Jake Paul's the one getting in all these fights, like real fights. I want Logan Paul.
That's so fair.
I'll box Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah. If I had to pick somebody, because like for the clout, if we're just thinking the same way, I'm doing it for the clout, 100%.
100%.
Because
this is also like 6 years out. Like, let us like train properly first. Like, hold on.
Give me a chance
here. Like, that's the only way I'm gonna lose weight, if I actually get in the ring, and I can see that for me, honestly.
Does that make you nervous though? I would be very nervous to do any fighting sport.
What makes me nervous is like I would have to be a full-time comedian at that point, because you like do ruin your brain health from like brain punches.
That's what I'd be worried about.
Yeah. So I would only like seriously get into it. Like I would still get in the ring and semi get into it where like it's a deduction if you hit someone in the head.
Okay.
Or like just one of those kicking ones where if they do hit you in the head, it's rare. But I've been in the ring before, like on a playful level, like seriously and semi-seriously and whatever.
I'd be so nervous. Like, excuse me.
With all the pads and stuff and like whatever.
I just feel like I'd be nervous because, dude, like you punch me one good time, like it could be over for me. And like you see those things with fighters where it's like they're there right then and they're talking normal, and then 15 years later you see a clip of them and they talk different. Like going through that type of career style is a real choice.
It is a real choice. It's a real choice. I'm saying
it's brave. I think it's a brave.
It's a brave choice. It would be interesting. I don't know. See, that's the thing, is it's a career style. And like I'm already like in a different career. And like
you could do both though. There are people who do that, who do fight and they also do comedy.
That's one thing. And who? Give me an example.
I'm trying to think. Like I think
maybe pro wrestling.
Eddie Bravo. He's like he used to be on. I think he's like the conspiracy guy on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, you know what?
He's like
Joe
the guy
Rogan,
who really like. You think Joe
Rogan's
Rogan's a conspiracy guy? It's Eddie Bravo.
But they just talk about it. Like they fight like they're in it. Like they will take someone up on the challenge and they train like they're in it. But like they don't risk themselves like that.
Well, I think Eddie Bravo is like he's a well-known trainer.
Yeah,
I think that because I didn't even know that until someone told me.
So that's the thing, is there's some really good trainers at the gym I suggested earlier.
Yeah. But they don't fight. You're saying they don't.
No, they fight. They fight. Like you get ones that have been fighting for years. Like they're legitimately, and they train you to fight, and they do that, and it's crazy, and it's fun, and it's a great time, and I just need money.
Yeah.
I need to get back into it.
That's the only thing stopping you is money?
To like go back like this week and schedule my schedule around going to the classes, it's 100% just like the down payment.
So folks, go to her Patreon and then support her boxing dreams.
I'll get there. I'm on the point of like, I need to get in a routine, because I think that's what I've been mixing for a while. Like, I got out of college, I didn't figure out a routine yet. I'm 26 now. Let's figure out a routine. Let's figure out a routine and let's get it.
And that's really, I think, like, again, it's like a mindset. It's like putting yourself in the frame of mind. You can do it though. It's because, but once you do it for like a little bit, even though you don't want to do it as much, you still want to do it. Like, you want to do it more than if you hadn't started.
This is one of the things is like, I only do things that I always want to do. I did water polo. I did swimming. Like, I also would just be swimming right now if we didn't live in such a cold environment. But
yeah.
I still, like, is it weird that I still kind of want to go to the pool and swim? Because I, like, grew up swimming. So I, like, grew up doing, like, winter swim, like, team.
In the cold?
Yeah, like, it was indoors. And then, like...
I don't think that's weird. I love running. I love running so much.
You have the runner body type.
Oh my God. Like, my mom, like, she was just, because I was just at the gym with my mom like a week ago, and she complimented my legs, and I was so honored by her compliment. Because it's like, you know, I do have good legs.
Are we at the age right now where, like, we're not single? We're just, like, choosing what runs we're doing? Because I did a half marathon in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am definitely ready to go. You know what? I meant to ask you about that because I saw that on your Instagram. Yeah. You did do a half marathon.
I did.
That's cool because, again, I had somebody on here just like, I think it was the last episode I filmed. No, 2 episodes ago. And it was Andreas Merlos, and he just signed up for a marathon a year from now.
Yeah,
he was telling me, like, you have to sign up now if you want to do the Chicago Marathon. Yeah, if you want to do
the Chicago Marathon, you have to sign up now. You also should start training right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I could do it if I really wanted to.
Do you want to sign up right now? Do you want to sign up together right now?
I will. Does it cost money?
It does cost money.
How much do they charge you?
Let's look at it.
Yeah, right. That's what would stop me from doing it right now. If it's like $300, I'll be like,
it's not 3. It's not 3. It's for sure not 3. But you also have to fundraise. Okay. So you have to pick a charity to fundraise with. I know what charity to fundraise with. I'll text her. I think we do one tail at a time.
Okay, and that's one tail at a time. Okay.
Because it also matches your vibe. You got pets.
I got pets.
You got pets.
I got pets. I could do. This is a good. I don't know anything about this. Is it a good fundraising? What do? They just give.
One Tail at a Time is a charity for fostering and sheltering, like, stray or neglected.
Okay.
Like dogs and cats
in the arms
in the Chicagoland area.
Angel. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah,
and I really should do it. I really need someone to force me to do it.
No,
You're probably the right
this
thing.
Is why I'm like, I think maybe we should be gym buddies. Like, let's fucking go. Do you want to do boxing with me?
Now that I don't know, because I'm afraid of getting punched in the head. All right. I'm a prolific rapper. I'll do like wrestling. I would do wrestling, but I wouldn't do.
So you would do like jujitsu?
Yeah, I would do that. But I wouldn't. I'd be afraid to do stuff that like with like head trauma as a serious.
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't go in the ring. Like, we're not going against each other boxing. We're going to like boxing classes.
Just training.
Just training.
And you're saying there's no like nobody's throwing a fist at you or nothing.
No, you got pads. You're getting your fist thrown at, but you got pads. No one's hitting you. You're taking it very slow. It's very good for people who like you pair up with people at your skill set. Everyone's friendly.
That makes me nervous. That makes me nervous for some reason more.
Than stand-up comedy.
No, not stand-up comedy. Yeah, probably stand-up comedy. Yeah, probably. I'd probably be more nervous to do stand-up. I didn't really compare those two. I was going to say it makes me more nervous than doing like a jiu-jitsu class. But just because, I don't know, there's something different about those fighting styles.
There are something different about those fighting styles. The issue and the thing that's stopping me, it's crazy. When you're kind of broke, like the things that you pay for and you don't pay for it, like I just picked up weed and like at the same time, cut that. No. Like, I'm trying to get a job too in like corporate world. How much do I care? No.
I thought weed was cool, and then Elon Musk smoked weed, and everybody got mad. And I was like, wait, so this isn't cool. So we can't do this still.
It's not federally legal yet.
When he did that, I was thinking, wait, I thought this was...
If the nerdiest kid is doing it, it's okay now.
I thought. Like, am I not allowed? Am I not allowed? Because sometimes people just point a camera at you while you're smoking. I remember when Miley Cyrus got caught smoking weed in like 2015.
She wasn't just on weed. There's a video of her that's like the best of both worlds, just like when you're on a bunch of uppers and downers at the same time. It's like, oh, okay.
Where are we all?
I'm still on a bunch of uppers and downers sitting there.
Like, how can you hate on that? So, yeah. With you were saying something. Were you saying you just picked up this habit and something? Were you going somewhere with that?
I forgot the train.
Habits are tough, though. Habits are tough.
I have a lot of habits.
For me, I just think I have an addictive personality. I think I do have that 100%.
Oh, I remember. What you spend things on is like interesting when you're like kind of broke. Because like right now, I am like feeling broke, but I got weed, and like I would sign up for like marathon with you, but like I refuse.
While you're struggling to pay rent.
Yeah, but I refuse to buy laundry detergent. That's where I'm cutting down.
Yeah. You know what? You could learn a lot about a person by what they choose to buy and what they don't choose to buy. Like I have, there's some people.
I just bought laundry detergent. It just took a while, by the way.
All right, just in case anybody's listening.
To be fair, I washed my laundry at my brother's place and used his laundry detergent, so I am a clean girl.
For the longest time, probably until this shows how sheltered I really was. Right?
Oh, interesting.
Is I didn't know that I was supposed to use detergent with the laundry until about I was age like 17 or 18.
Oh, so that's the smell.
To be fair, I didn't take a shower today, and I forgot to put on deodorant. And I actually did have that in mind. So I feel like there's some truth to that joke.
It's just a joke, though. No.
My self-consciousness made me think, like,
there's no
maybe,
smell.
Is there really?
I
lit a candle in the room.
No,
I did everything I could, folks. I'm a busy guy.
The smell is weed. It's fine.
Ah, okay. See, that counts as what? I was gonna say aromatherapy, but aromics. It counts as an aromic.
Wow, you're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you study?
Words. That's why I'm a rapper. I just studied the words.
Yeah. What? Okay. So you went to high school in Michigan.
I did. So if you're asking like what I studied for college, I never went to college.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what it is. But I just like, for me, I took one college class and my like broke ass was like, there's no way they're gonna get me with this.
If they got me with it, my broke ass is struggling now. But yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Like, it actually amazes
that's very
me.
Smart of
it
you.
amazes me people can go to college at all. Like, in this economy. And college, that's the only one they don't get rid of, as far as I know. I think that's the only one that like lives on beyond you and never goes away through anything. Even if you go bankrupt, you still have your college debt. That's like the one.
So, okay, and don't quote me, but you can declare bankruptcy on your student loans. It just fucks up your credit score for 7 to 8 years.
Yeah, but that's even like...
And that's just hard because you're like learning to be an adult and
Yep.
like whatever. So I'm just powering through them. Life is different for everyone.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not like I can fix the choices I already made.
Why'd I bring up the economy? What did I say?
I did find a book on microeconomy, and I was like, I maybe should grab this. And like,
college. I was talking about college.
Yeah.
Microeconomy, though.
Yeah, there was like, we were talking about the books in the book.
Yeah.
There's a microeconomy book. Honestly, if I lived around here, if I like to read, if I like to read, I don't like to read. I wish I liked to read.
I think reading reading's just like working out. I think you kind of have to get yourself into it.
Accountable. That's so true.
Because like I learned, like, I think it's just from being on social media so fucking much. Like my attention span is so messed up. Even watching movies is not the same as it used to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like reading, you have to sit there and think the whole time I think that's why it's so good for you, because you're actually forced to think. I don't learn the same way when I hear it, but when I'm reading it, it's like my brain is literally processing the information with my eyes at the same time I'm reading it. It's happening.
No, mine does that too. Yeah. I do need to read more.
But it's not fun.
I also have I have ADHD, so I have like hyper focus and hyper fixations.
Yeah.
And if it's like if it doesn't get me right away and you have to power through, that's rough.
See, yeah. Don't do now.
And some storylines just don't get you. Some, like, learning stuff is harder to get because it's written so mundanely. Getting a job where your job is just a lot of doing things mundanely, like, that's just life. Ugh.
I feel like the reason a lot of people don't like books is because they learned to read in school when they were assigned books that they didn't really want to read.
Yeah.
And like I think that's the thing that really blew my mind when I started rereading books and collecting these books. And I'm like, oh my God, I actually do like reading. I just only like reading things that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Oh yeah, that couch, if you lift up that cushion back there, oh, you can, if you're adjusting, but this whole thing is sticking out here. So
no, I just was sitting on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were fine originally. Yeah,
I
was
thought
just.
you were readjusting.
Nope, we're good. But thank you.
I'm trying to.
Good host.
Again, I'm a great host, folks.
Great host.
I'm a great host. 10 out of 10 host on podcasthost.com. They actually love me. But what was I just saying?
Number one podcast in the world. Don't look it up.
Number one podcast in the world. Just like how every restaurant's like the number one restaurant in the city. It's just like we're the number one podcast.
Peer-reviewed by one person.
Everybody loves my podcast.
It's a peer review. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Laying back is great.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's so great here.
Isn't it? So reading is what we were talking about. But reading, I think too, like, again, with connecting it with the college thing, I really think like what college does, what the real thing you're paying for when you go to college is you're paying for a streamlined education. They're giving you all of that right there. Whereas like you can find all of that. We live in a world now where like you can find all of that information yourself. It's just a lot more work on your end than if you have somebody there. But there's also like two more things. There's the mentorship that you can have from a teacher and like the connection you can have with that individual that makes
or
like
the
their
industry.
interest. Or the industry. Well, that's the second thing I was going to say, is the people you meet. So it's the teachers and the connection you can have there. It's the streamlined information. And then it's the people that you're going to meet in that industry that are there too. Like there's just connect. I guess you could say that also, like if you're in filmmaking or if you're into an art in particular, they're going to give you materials to use a lot of the time even. Like they'll literally give you a camera that you can rent, or they'll give you microphones you can use if you're into audio engineering. They'll let you use their equipment and you just take it. They just let you. And that stuff is beyond useful. So there's reasons you go to school, but there's also the fact that you can find that information. So that's like reading, folks. Reading, it's actually crazy the amount of stuff you can learn from one book. Like if you read the right book, it's actually crazy. I'm like, oh my God. Like I feel like my brain I feel like I was stupid before.
Yeah.
Now I'm smart.
You know what? True. All right, you inspired me. Tomorrow morning, am going to go on a walk and find as many books as I can.
Good luck. You can take some books with you. You can take some of these books with you.
Good luck because it's cold outside.
Good, yeah, for multiple reasons. That and like, what are you going to do? You're going to like stack all the books and just
It's going to be my workout for the day.
That's fun. That's a fun workout.
It's a like, 2-in-1. I'm feeding my mind. I feed my biggest muscle, my brain, and I'm feeding my muscles.
Yeah, just carry books all day. That actually is like a fun... You can make that into a pun somehow. There's a pun there, carrying books, feeding your muscles and your brain. There's some potential on that one. There's something in there. See, if I were to do jokes, I have like a list of jokes on my phone. Like whenever I have a good enough idea, I'll put it on my phone. And I'm like, because my joke I always say is, I'm going to use this in my stand-up special. Every time I hear somebody say something or if I'm in it, because I imagine this is how all stand-up works, is you're talking with somebody and then, oh, that's funny. And then you write the idea down. So let's see what we got here. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. National bingo. There's something there. Now, my philosophy is I saw like a comedian say this once, if it fits in like a sticky note, then that means it's a good idea. So I only write it down if it's like a tiny little idea.
Yeah.
So I got national bingo. Now I remember now. So national bingo is like, you think it'd be a good idea if the government just like decided, instead of the lottery, we're going to do a national bingo. And here's all we got to do is we're going to go out there and we're going to say like, everybody's got to play. More winners than the lottery. So this all sounds good so far. This sounds a great idea. Here's the catch though. It's required. If you don't do it, you go to jail. So like, here's where the fun is, right? So now you have all these people who, bingo's a fun game, but it's life or death. And then, like, if you lose, there's penalties. Like, if you lose the bingo game, you actually have to pay them. You pay into it. I think this is what our society needs.
I want to go in a different direction. I love it. I love the concept, but I think
even us out a little more.
I think incentive might be better. You know,
think so?
Both incentive and disincentive. So love the layer, love that punishment, but like prison, prison.
Yeah. I mean, it's just where my mind goes. Like, people have to learn the ins and outs of life, and I think bingo's a good way to learn that.
It's 100%.
It's about luck. Life is about luck.
So the second prong, and the more important prong to me, because I'm a Jew, it's all about the money, is that everyone gets paid.
Oh.
No, like, not everyone gets paid, but like...
We could work that out.
But like, everyone... So the odds increase, right? The odds increase.
Okay, I like it.
Of what numbers you pull.
Okay.
No. I thought about it, and... Yeah. You know what? Just like in lottery... It is top winner, and you have other scratch-off games, and you have other games or whatever.
Yeah.
Like...
We go all the way.
You go all the way.
Yeah, you're right. So instead of bingo, we make this, like, the whole thing. It'd be like the perfect America thing. Like, it would be like the perfect represent. It's like a giant casino.
Okay, I think it's a couple of things. Okay, one, yes, I like where we're going, but if it's just... We pivoted so far from what my thought. My thought was, like... The top winners, like, whoever can fill the board first.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, the, second winner is, like, and you do different shapes. But let's go back to the casino thing. 'Cause it doesn't, I like the casino thing better. I like the casino thing so much better.
It really expands the scope of the whole concept.
It does. I want to be, like, one lottery. Okay. There's a lottery for each state. It's a state lottery. It's not a federal lottery. So each state has their designated...
Because freedom.
Yeah. Each state has their designated federal casino.
Yeah.
Where where the house always wins.
Ooh.
But that money goes into our taxes.
Okay. See, this is actually like becoming a good idea.
Yeah.
For me, the joke was so fun. To me, it's funny because it's a terrible idea. But this actually makes sense now. This you could actually do.
And
because Americans would buy into this.
Yeah.
They'd like this.
Okay. Two things about how, as America, we could feed back into our economics. It's all up to the president, unfortunately.
Sadly. That is what it all...
But these are. Let's treat this like it's Shark Tank, and Trump is the shark.
Okay.
He's the megalodon. He's the megalodon.
Okay.
He is the shark of sharks. He is the president of the United States of America.
Okay.
Well, not yet, but soon. So here's our presentation.
I like this picture we're painting.
Yeah. Here's our presentation. Instead of taxes, we have federal casinos.
Ooh. No more taxes. Federal casinos.
Yeah. And like all casinos, it's a great business plan because the house always makes money. Now, how else do you make more money in this situation? You federalize and legalize weed. You federally legalize weed so you can smoke both cigars and joints in the casino.
Yeah.
And you highly regulate and highly tax that weed.
You could do it like they do with the alcohol and like have them like, hey, do you want another joint? And then they go and get you another one. Like they're constantly bothering you. And like, oh, they would even say if you play games, you can smoke smoke one joint for free and like give you some type of thing like free joint or like.
So we're presenting to Trump.
I think he will take this.
I think that like
if we're on Shark Tank and we're talking to Trump, I think we got a good chance here.
Yeah, we gotta be sharkier about it though. Like they can pay for the joints.
You're right.
They can pay for that service, but their benefit for paying for that service enough times is getting it free once a month.
Yeah, there's a subscriber basis. We have here. Like we said, and that's just like to keep people around too, because it's like, hey, not only do you get to be here, you can come back and get free stuff from us, guaranteed. And that's a free joint. It's a free maybe like free alcohol day, like one
or
day
like,
a month.
you know, like if you I don't know too much about this, so again, speaking out my ass, but I have heard like Don White or like other people on like Joe Rogan or like Bert and like Tom Segura's Two Bears One Cave podcast, and they I don't know, like I think they said something about like if you go enough and you're enough of a high roller, you can you get like a $200 like gift card to play in the casino.
Oh.
Or like you get money back that way.
Yeah.
But I also think like it's the best way to redistribute,
right?
Yep, the wealth.
Yeah.
In America. And then in the state of California, they can have multiple. In the state of California and the state of Texas. I don't know. I just think like the state of California should have two. They should have one in Los Angeles and one that's like maybe not federal, but also a state casino, because let's be real here. The 1% is the people in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. You could put one in New York probably too.
Yeah.
Maybe but the entertainment industry.
Two in New York.
Is it local? It's two.
Like, so I'm saying there's one in every state. There's one in every state.
Oh, okay, so one in LA, two in New York. I see.
No, one in California. So one would be in LA, and the other one would be like Northern California. Just because it's such a big like state land wise.
Yeah.
Where New York has a lot of land, but isn't as big land wise.
Yeah.
Alaska should probably get two.
For the entertainment industry, though? Are we still on that, or are we just throwing them around? Because Alaska's so big?
Because Alaska's so big.
Okay. Yeah. We need a whole lot of these, though. Everywhere.
Well,
Not every state?
They could be a lot of casinos, but only one federal casino for every state. And I think we should keep it at that, because adding more then curves
We'd
the
have to
politics.
So how do we deal with these casinos that already exist? Because we're not gonna.
No, so every casino that exists would report to the federal casino.
But that's the hard part. Is like, how do we get them to say yes to that? Because that's a big part.
No, because you make it a federal law.
So they just have to.
Oh,
I got you. There might be a little bit of uproar about that. We might have to deal with a little bit of
There's a lot of
uproar
tape.
about that.
There's a lot of tape. This might like not launch at all. There's like so many policies in that. But
that's possible though.
if you make the policy of every casino has to report to their state federal casino how much they earn or whatever, so they can calculate how much of those earnings, without being greedy, they could give back. Okay, but this is all still linked to bingo, because the bingo is the raffle at the end.
Right.
The bingo is the raffle at the end. So, like, they have all this extra money because casinos make a lot of money because they cheat you. The money that they use to cheat you with all just goes to fix our federal economy.
Yes.
Because we're $1 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of the whole point of the lottery.
The extra,
right?
the percent that goes back to the people, because you don't want to be greedy.
Right.
So like 50% goes to the government, and then 50% goes back to the people of everyone who's ever played in a casino ever, state by state. And then the bingo is the national lottery. The bingo.
Right. So we do all this, and then it all comes together with the National Lottery Bingo. And that kind of calls attention to the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, not only are we doing, like, bingo's just the cherry on top now. That's like, not only are we funding all of these casinos, we're letting everyone play bingo. That would be great. And the thing is, like, you could even sell it like you sell something like, you know, like universal basic income. You just go out there, you say everybody can make money. Everybody can make money, because all you're going to do is play bingo and you're destined to win. Like, you just say it like that.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a little bit of effort on your part, but you're bound to win.
No. A lot of effort.
It's a lot.
To getting this together is a lot of effort. Like,
Yeah. Well, we're just saying that. We're saying that to get people to play. It is a lot of effort.
No,
it's actually a lot. Yeah, just to play bingo, like you'd have to look at the board and play it once a day or something. Like, how would we logistically do that? It'd probably be like
it goes out once a month.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a long ass bingo game.
No, it goes out every week. No,
Okay.
that's in the policy in the red tape. It goes out once a month.
I think once a month is good. Yeah,
It goes out once a month.
that or quarterly. It can't be too. You can't go overboard here.
Yeah, you're right. It goes out quarterly.
Yeah.
And you still get paid out. Like, it's a casino. You still get paid out.
Yeah.
Like, it is just luck based.
Oh, yeah.
And the issue is the gambling gets you back. So you're always going to spend your money there.
And people, I think it's like the free, like you give people enough freedom, they're going to take advantage of it. You give people gambling, they're going to gamble. Like it's kind of a dead, like you're
and they're
going
gonna
to make
spend
money.
their money and you're going to make your money. So
casinos are genius.
yeah, they're okay. I don't know.
I think
they're evil.
I think they're evil too. When I go to a casino, I can't play. I
they're
can't do
evil
anything.
Genius.
Because my problem is that I feel like I'm too smart for the casino, and I say that with like all hubris.
Good word. Good college word. Good word.
Thank you. Again, I rap. So
ooh, that's why you're.
That is literally. It's like I started with like even writing like poems and stuff. I just like the way that words are. So, but I wish I could memorize more words.
So
it's
this
hard
is where
to
your
memorize
autism.
Words. Yeah, that's my autism right there. Is the words, dude, for real.
The words.
Because like I'm like obsessive when I'm writing things. I'm so obsessive over like the words I use and the way that I think the craft of communication is one of the essential key building stones of everything is like learning to communicate. I love words. I'm like I could gush about words. Truly.
There you go.
But it's hubris, truly. Because like I just know when I go inside the casino, I'm looking around and I'm like, dude, like they could never get me with this. Like I'm looking and I'm seeing people pulling levers and I'm seeing people play games and I'm thinking there is not like the only game I think I'd be really interested in is maybe like either blackjack or poker, but that's just because at least I know there's like a game to learn here. Like I could get good at that if I really studied it. But like I'm not into like a slot machine. No. You're not getting me with a slot machine.
I'd be down to play like poker with just some friends. Done it before. Do it again.
See, that's fun. That's
always
fun. The casino, though, it's like you have to spend so much to be at the table. Yeah. Like just like some low stakes something. That's different. But like gambling is dangerous. Gambling is scary. If you gamble with somebody, like if you go with somebody who actually gambles, like they will, and you're agreeable enough, you will gamble on accident. Now, I just stay away. I think it's devil energy. True.
Yeah, it is devil energy. It is
like
devil
that
energy. It is devil energy.
And then they feed you alcohol while you're there, so it's like no.
Yeah.
This is
so
dangerous.
like, if we're gonna be greedy in a devilish way, can we just like have that devilish way feed and fix our economy?
Maybe, I don't know. That's the hard sell because they probably they'd spend it all on war.
Yeah, the hard sell is the greed. The hard sell is the greed.
Yeah. We need to stay the #1 national superpower. How are we supposed to feed homeless people?
I don't know how true this is.
No, but what I'm saying is that's what their logic is. They're saying we need to do that. How are we supposed to feed homeless people? How are we supposed to do all that? That's what if we were trying to tell Trump this plan, I don't know if we could get him on let's make America better. Because we'd have to just say the money.
I'm not asking to make America better. I'm asking to get rid of our debt.
Oh, but you know what? That actually is bad. That actually is. So the debt thing, I think like what's going on with the debt is it's like skyrocketing now from what I saw. Like if you look at the way the debt was before, it was going up a little and then it just goes whoop. And now it's like if it continues the way it's going right now, I think we go into like true, like because it's
already really bad. It's already really bad.
Exactly, and it's
if we
like
go
escalating.
any worse, if we go any worse,
then we'll be because folks, I think I'm poor now. Like, please, can we turn this one around? It actually blows my mind though because if you think about it, America's economy, on the face of it, still isn't bad. Like, you could still turn it around if you wanted to. We're not like a third world country yet. It's like if we keep going this way.
We do have third world country rates, though.
We have, yes. Like, we have, like, certain aspects, but we're not, like, you're not dying by living so far. So far, because I don't know what qualifies a third world country. Actually, maybe we do qualify. I haven't looked this up.
I don't know.
We're close.
I'm just upset because I'm really just trying to poke you right now, and I can't.
You can't find it? I don't think it's on there.
I'm gonna find it.
I don't think it's there. I'm gonna say like chances like 1 through 10 that it's there is like a 2.
You know what? Bring back poking.
And can we bring back Facebook? Are Facebook games still cool? It's like, can I still play Weed Farmer on Facebook? Can I still do that?
I think they're connected. I don't know.
There used to be some games on there because that was like my
thing. They're definitely connected with Facebook still.
But it was
like Facebook is disconnecting from like other things like Hinge and Instagram, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my life.
It is connecting or it's disconnecting?
It's disconnecting.
I didn't even know they were connected, to be honest with you. Hinge was connected with Facebook? Like you could...
Yeah.
How does that work? Like
the same way it's connected to your Instagram.
Okay.
But it also helps save the passwords.
Oh, but Facebook's disconnecting. Why? Just because...
I don't know.
Oh, so you made an account through them. Like,
probably.
When you're...
Like, I connected the both, and now they're disconnecting, and now I'm like, how do I have this still? Or do I have to like start again with an Instagram?
So
I'm not I am photogenic. I don't know. But like, I've had that Instagram since I was 16. I can't recreate.
I lost my original Facebook, and I think I lost some logins with it. I think I did. It just disappeared. It was so crazy. I've never gotten reported on, like, people go to Facebook jail. Never happened to me one time, but my Facebook just disappeared one day. I went to sign in, and it said, we got rid of this because of rule blank. And I didn't know what the rule was, and I, like, looked it up, and it's like, it didn't even really explain. That's how all these things are. They just ban you, and then they don't even really tell you why, because it's not a person that banned you. It's probably, like, a bot that banned me. I don't even know what happened, and it makes me so sad, because if I would have known, I would have, like, saved some of those things. There's probably memories on that Facebook that I don't even remember now.
I know.
Just lost. And then the fact that I probably made accounts.
This is what you get when you grew up on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are probably gonna be even bigger problems in the future. Like, I think it's sad now. I bet the kids now, like, again with the kids and how they scare me, they're gonna have some scary problems in the future. They're gonna like
they have scary problems now.
Yeah.
Like new parents have scary problems now where it's like literally like my baby's a month old and hasn't had her vaccine. This is me. I don't have a child. Hold on. This is me. Like in their view of like new parents who only have a month old, or like my child hasn't had vaccines yet. Like COVID's still out there. Like, do not fucking touch her. Like, so many things can kill this very newborn.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do though? What are you gonna do? Maybe you just need to run in there with a syringe.
No.
I got this.
No. No. Listen to your doctors. Do you have that outro? Not like to say I'm not having a great time, but I still kind of want to get a rap in. Okay. All right. I'm just like imagining if I was like the crazy. Just like out here with like vaccines. I just stick people. Yeah. Like, that's actually a fun character. Like, it's a very modern character. You could only really do it now. Like, people would really get it now. Like the vaccine man, and he just sticks you. And it's like, actually, I will help you create this costume. Some people think he's a hero, and some people think he's a villain. He's like Deadpool. He's just divisive. He's very divisive. Right. But he gets the job done, no matter what you want to say. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do an outro. I mean, the way I always end it is I just do a little like, first of all, like your social medias, so everybody knows where they can find you. And then if you got a final message for the people, anything you want to send them home with, now is your chance. Yeah, I'm just Rachel Thomashow on everything. That's Rachel how it should be spelled. And Thomashow like Thomashow. I just do stand-up sometimes. I like it out here. All right. Tomato Thomashow. And wow. With that being said, folks, Ruse Radio. Clocking out. I got the world in my pocket, got a girl on my arm, got an eye in my socket, whirlwinds in my palms. I'm a free man, let me lead you along. I can show you something different, let me sing you a song. Ain't no algorithm touch me, ain't no palace this lovely. I found a way,